Good morning from Zambia on the incredible Zambezi River. Vic Falls is that way, and I've been here speaking for the Nasha exec team, helping them decide to choose a brighter, more courageous future. They're already doing pretty well, but it's always best to start designing the future sooner than later. I'm on my way back to South Africa a little bit later, and I just wanted to take this opportunity to share a story I heard about in San Francisco. In San Francisco, what was happening when we were at Singularity University, we were going on the bus from the hotel to the university every morning. It was a 20-minute ride. And I met the CEO of the Christchurch airport on one of the bus rides. And he was telling me about this documentary called Chasing Greatness. And it's the sort of documentary around Richie McCaw, the ex-New Zealand captain. And it was such an incredible story that it's really changed my trajectory and how I think about my future. And I thought it's really important to share, because whenever I share it with anybody, people are always like really inspired by it. So this is how the story goes. Richie McCaw has been maybe the best rugby player in the history of the game. And this is what he went about doing. When he was 10 years old, he had already started playing rugby. And he said to his uncle, his uncle said to him, "What do you want to be when you grow older?" And he said, "Well, I want to be an All Black player." And he said, "Wow, why do you just want to be an All Black player?" And he says, "What do you mean?" He says, "Why don't you aim to be the best All Black player of all time?" And so Richie McCaw thought about that and thought, okay, well, that's what he's going to do. And so every day or every time before he went on to a match, he would write down his intentions of what he wanted to get out of the match, and then he signed it off GAB, Greatest All Black. And that really got me thinking, is that he ended up being the greatest All Black ever, the greatest rugby player ever. He was the only rugby team, or the All Blacks were the only rugby team that won 2 World Cups back to back. Now, I'm no sports fan by no means, but I am so enthused by people that are able to achieve incredible feats and people that we all look up to. But you know the difference between them and us? Is they aim higher. And when we aim higher, we sometimes feel that we shouldn't think we're too clever for ourselves, or shouldn't think that we are too big for our boots. But the truth is, if we don't aim that high, when are we ever going to reach our full potential? And so people have said to me in the recent sort of months, my career is really doing well. I'm getting booked around the world, which is just fantastic for me. And somebody was saying to me the other day, it's like, "John, geez, I've never seen somebody with a trajectory like yours from South Africa, now starting to play on the global field." And he said, "What is your secret?" And I thought about it, and I thought, well, it's not really a secret, but what I've done is I've aimed to become the best in the world, not the best in South Africa. And because I'm aiming to be the best in the world, my aim must be New York, London, Paris, wherever those places take me. If my aim to be the best in South Africa was just that, then I'd be okay, then I'd be chilled, I'd be carrying on doing what I'm doing. But I think the fact that my career has taken the trajectories, I've created my own GAB. And my GAB is, I want to be on stage with Gary Vee and Tony Robbins. I don't know why I shouldn't be, and I want to aim towards that. And I was being interviewed on a podcast the other week, and they said to me, "What is your moonshot, John?" And I said, well, I want to be in a conference where Gary Vee is next to me, and I want to be doing the headline keynote. And both of the guys doing the podcast went, "Whoa." And that whoa is what people feel like, wow, you're thinking that big for yourself. Who do you think you are? And that makes other people feel uncomfortable. And so the audaciousness of Richie McCaw thinking that he'll be the greatest All Black ever actually got him to be the greatest All Black ever. So today's video is just, we need to aim higher and not worry whether people around us think we're being too clever. We need to aim higher, way past our own comfort zones, to make it realistic eventually that I'm going to be on stage with Tony Robbins and with Gary Vee, and that's just where I'm aiming. I'll get there. It might take a little bit longer, it might take a couple skew turns, but I'm getting there. And I just urge all of you to grow much bigger, much bolder, much more courageous, greatest All Black player goals in your field. Anyway, beautiful Zambia, 38 degrees yesterday. I'll be on the plane in a couple of hours. Hope you're all having a wonderful week so far. Ciao from Zambia.